Hello, my name is Darren. Today I'm going to talk about how to draw cylindrical surfaces. First, we must define what a cylindrical surface is. And what it is in a drawing is a circle in one view and a box in the other two views. What it really is just a circle that has depth, either positive depth like a soda can, or dull if you work in woodworking, or negative space, just a hole that is the shape of a circle. Many designers use it in their drawings because it's so universal, so usable, especially for rotational objects like clocks, any type of joint. A circle or a hole can be used pretty nicely, and especially in common items like take this pencil, which is a hollow cylinder. Common everyday objects use cylinders all the time. To draw a cylinder from this 3 view, like I said before, we look for where the circle is. It's here in the front drawing, and you can see these hidden lines here in the other 2 drawings indicating that this is a hole. In fact, the center line also indicates that these are not just squared out, blocked out areas somewhere in the drawing. These are actually cylinders. That's what these center lines indicate. So first thing to do would be to identify flat surfaces. So those are easier to draw right from the get-go, and they give you good reference to find where your circles are, and also this arch here, and find out where it goes and what depth and whatnot. So this one would be hard to use because obviously this is where the circle is either in or out. So we'll go over to the side view here, and we see that this goes all the way across for depth. There's nothing down here to indicate that it would do anything else, and then this goes all the way up 6 blocks, and we can see that in the back here and in the back here it must go all the way to the top. So we'll start with the side view. And we see we have a line here, but this coincides with this arch here, so we know that this is actually a rounded surface and not a straight surface. So we'll do that here in a minute, but we'll draw this front line to get an idea of where our arch starts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then now that we have a good idea of what our main box looks like, we'll start with this circle and get it drawn so we have a point of reference. So we see that the center is 2 blocks up, and it is 1 block wide all the way around, and it is 3 blocks in halfway through. So 1, 2, 3. This is the line that goes up 2. This is going to be our center point, and we know it goes out 1 block each. So we'll just draw a little hash mark there to mark where our circle is going to be. And then what I find best to do is to find out how far these like 45-degree angles are, and then to make a line that coincides with this 4 block space that you can see if you're looking straight into it. So we see that it goes about 2/3 all the way up. So you just take this face and you go about 2/3 up. It's about 2/3. So sometimes it gets a little tricky. Now we have a better idea of what the circle looks like, and it's easier to draw if you just make arches connecting all those little dots together. And that's generally how it's going to look. It's kind of hard to draw these ellipses, a distorted view. And then we have this other arch, which we can see we've already decided that this is part of the arch. And what you also notice here is that it terminates kind of in the middle of nowhere, and there's a center line going right there. So we know that this is actually a tangency point right here, that it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom, that it goes right to the edge, and then that's it. So we know that this has the same center because the center lines, there's no other center lines, these both match up. So we find that this is actually a 3 block wide circle that terminates at the left and right ends. So we know that it goes to here, so it starts to center here, 1, 2, 3. This is one side, same with the other, and then 1, 2, 3 up top here. So this is our arch, and it's going to be really hard to draw at this point. So do the same thing. Usually just go up, and like I usually go 1 block in and then go up to where it meets the next. So this goes 1 block in, goes up 2, and a little bit more than 2. So in, up, 1, 2, and a little bit more than 2. So there's that. Next one is 3rd block in, or second block in. It goes almost up to the 3rd. This is a little tall when I draw it, so I'll come down a little bit. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it comes almost up to there, right about there. keep going, doing that all the way around. So 1, 2, almost up, and then 1, a little over 2. So 1, 2. And this one's a little odd. You can see here that it does come up so about 1 up, and it's just a little bit over, so it's right there. And it's going to be the same here, 1 up and just a little bit over. Now you can see it, and that's the front of the arch. And we know that this goes all the way down to the ground here, so we'll go ahead and finish that up. So now we have that, and this weird blank spot. So we know that this is a 2 deep arch, and then it runs into this back solid wall right here. So the best way I figured to do it, you still have to do the arch part, but all I really do is I take my little dots that I had before and just count the thickness out. So it's 1, 2. So 1, 2. This is the back of the arch. And then for each dot, do the same. So finish up this block piece right here, this line that comes all the way up, and then come all the way down the back same. And you notice too, that kind of messed up and fixed a little bit, is in the back is it terminates a little earlier than you expect because it goes straight back. It is a straight back, so you follow this, find the closest horizontal line, well, that would be going straight back, and then try to connect the two as such. That makes it look a lot nicer. Let me finish that in, and then there we go. And that is how you draw an isometric using the 3 views of a cylindrical surface. Thank you for watching.